Hello YouTube, better do a quick video. I know some people are going to ask this question, as I mentioned in one of my other videos. What is the difference between real world horsepower and dyno power? See, the biggest difference is between rear wheel horsepower versus dyno. See, I don't care what kind of transmission you run. Okay, what a rear wheel horsepower is that's how much power you're laying down. Well, if you're automatic transmission, your drive shaft length, what kind of accessories you're running on your vehicle. That's what's called real world horsepower or rear wheel horsepower. I've heard both, so it basically means the same thing, like I said. But that's basically what that means. Like, for example, good example, like I'm doing now. Let's build. Go ahead, Jay, real quick. Dyno, this thing will make 420. Real horsepower with everything on it, we're looking about 350. Like, so this is going to be like the short explanation of what it is. The reason why not all everyone wants to say, why is a dyno have showing 420, but when you with the motor by itself versus the motor in the car running why is there a horsepower difference? Well, because you're not running all the accessories on a dyno. You're just running just a water pump and the harmonic balancer. You're not running an AC compressor. You're not running a alternator. You're not running a transmission behind. You're not running a drive shaft per se really on behind it. You're not got running. You don't have to worry about the gear ratios behind it. What kind of axles you got? See, all that stuff, which makes up a car or truck or SUV. See, that doesn't apply in the dyno. See, all that stuff does is all it does is basically is rob power, more or less. And how you get your power back is by eliminating, knowing what you can get away with doing, and you can get some of it back. Like, for example, stock, the headers, for example. These things only have like 2.5. Restrictive, very restrictive. Heads on these. This is just an LS motor, for example, guys. Everything's going to depend on what motor, and most stock motors are going to be restrictive. I'm just using the LS motor as an example, so don't get super crazy with it. But like I said, LSs are 2.5. So how am I going to increase power? You say by changing the headers out. Well, I'm going to change it out from going from a 2.5 inch collector at the end to a 3 inch, and then making the design better, make it flow better by going to a higher diameter header on the outside to make it flow better. So 10-15 horse. That's what we're getting power. Another thing is too, okay, how I got another horsepower adder. Well, if you know how to figure out how to do electric fans, if not that fan clutch, which let me just show you what a fan clutch. Yeah, I can put it over here. This is a stock one from this, by the way. These fan clutches, they're kind of they're a little heavy. They're about 5'10" pounds. The significance is if you're your motor's pulling this, which means it's robbing power to pull this. It's good. I don't know. I can't remember if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. When it moves it, it's still pulling it with it. It means it's got to give extra power from itself to pull. So if you can go electric, you can get that extra 10-15 horsepower back by doing that. Okay, another people will do it, some people won't. Your AC does take power because it's the same thing like the fan clutch. It takes power to move it, to spin that belt, which is going to spin that alternator. Not alternator, but your AC compressor. And when it does it draws power. See, when you do that. Now, some people will take the AC off, and boom, you got yourself 10, 15 horses. Again, at least minimal is 10. High is 15. It depends on the vehicle and scenario, but at least 10 horsepower. But some people want the AC in their car. Some don't. So this is a deal breaker on some people. Most people are going to be okay with electric fans because they make a lot of kids out there. You know what vehicle you're going to put it into. So that could be a good way to save some horsepower. Like I said, adding your exhaust, less restricted exhaust manifolds out with proper. And that's another thing too, guys. If you guys get a 3-inch exhaust manifolds, well, the collector's 3 inches, which is going out to 3 inches. Make sure your exhaust is 3 inches. Don't go from 3 to 2.5. That will basically do nothing. If you're going 3 inches, you're going to make sure you go all the way out 3 inches. Now, you can always go bigger. I'm just saying there's a requirement to at least go 3. It's going to run better. It's going to run good. And now that's people will say, well, I got to keep it smog legal. Let me give you guys a hint, guys. They make catalytic converters for whatever size you want. Okay? So if you got a 3-inch outlet, you need a catalytic converter. It's 3 inches. It slips right on the tail belt. You put O2 bungs anywhere, or you get exhaust top, or when you get your hatch, with the O2 built into them. That's the easiest one. I'm just saying. Boom. Here's your smog and your emission compliant again, because your O2, you got catalytic converters. You run 2 single mufflers out. Not a big deal. Once again, you are legal, which is awesome. For those who do have to comply to it. Once your state doesn't have that, I know some states also don't have that either. But like I said, there were no emissions yet. Will never be. In fact, we're kind of working on getting rid of the sticker. Hopefully, maybe that'd be awesome if they did. Anyway. Yeah, that's how you get that, and that's how you keep yourself still, even with emission control. That's why I say it kind of depends, but you're just going to get 10 extra horses. There's going to be some beneficial from that. You're going to get extra ponies. How to do that? Now, that's basically the difference. The big difference, like I said, the dyno series, why it shows so high on dynos, because like I said, all it's running is literally a harmonic balancer and a water pump. That's it. And usually it's electric. It doesn't really matter if it was electric or if it was a mechanical. It still is, it's how you use this power. Now, what does that mean? If I go to a manufacturer, I go to Chevrolet, I go to Dodge, and they tell me it's a 500 horse. It's not going to be really 500 horse. Chances are the motor is a 500 horse if they pull the dyno out. Put it on a dyno. But realistically, probably 420 real wheel horsepower, depending on your vehicle and the weight and size. Like I said, there's a lot of factors into it. It's not just, you could, for example, you do what I do. I'm doing. You make it a 420 horsepower. Depending on the vehicle you got, it might still be 380, 390. Hell, it might be 400, depending on what you get put into. It all depends on what you put into it and how much you're willing to get rid of. Like if you're willing to get rid of AC, which, like I said, I was on the 68 because it didn't have it to begin with, and it would have cost thousands of dollars to do that. But since I have a good AC on the 98 OBS Chevy, which is what I plan on putting as motor in, by the way, guys. This would be, AC was definitely one of the things I would want to have put it back into it, because it's got a good working system. I can use what's there from factory. In fact, it's only one of the few things probably from factory I'll still use. Besides using factory wiring, water temp sensors for this motor, that way it's just fine. about doing a lot of modifications to the dash just to get to read. Anyway, a little bit of tangent there, sorry. But anyway, like I said, that's the difference between a real world and versus a real world power versus or rear wheel horsepower versus dyno power. So when someone says, "Hey, I got a 420 horsepower motor," Alpha Silverado or whatever truck or Facebook thing you're looking at, the question is it dyno powered, or is he talking about real rear wheel power? You gotta keep that in mind when you go look at these vehicles. Now, I'm not saying you spend the money and go take it to a dyno shop and see if he's lying. Unless it's a really expensive vehicle, and that's one of the selling points on it. Then yeah, but if I was doing that, and I would make the guy see if he's okay with doing that. If he's not willing to do that, then most likely it's not what he says it is. That goes without saying. If mechanics, get your cars fixed, checked out. If you're not mechanically inclined to do it, take it to a shop. I actually want to take it just a quick glance over. It's only a couple bucks for him to do that, because you're not asking him to, hey, I want you to replace parts. I just want to know, like, hey, look, can you do a quick overview of my vehicle and see if it's in, this, and this. Yeah, it costs you a little bit of bucks, but a little bit of bucks versus bottom potential limit. So keep that in mind, people. Anyway, this is a short video, relatively short. This is explaining what a real world horsepower versus dyno power. Hope you find this video. Hope you like this video, and have a great day.